Aries, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. I'm so happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it. Happy day, finally getting to your readings. I apologize that things took a minute this week. It's been a little hectic. There's been a lot moving, a lot going, I shouldn't say moving, we're not really seeing a lot of movement because of the way Mars has been aspected. The positive movement that we're seeing is when we're being a little bit more creative and inventive with the solutions, with the challenges that we're facing. A lot of these challenges are people, situations popping up, triggering, starting fights, etc. We're in Aries season, which is a lot of fire energy, fire element, and it's been vacillating back and forth between the water and the fire element. So basically meaning that emotions are getting triggered, people are popping off, there's tension, there's conflict, etc. And these are things that we know we're dealing with. You know, this isn't necessarily new stuff. This is stuff that, like I said, Spirit wants us to be a little bit more creative about our approach, i.e. Mars positively aspected to both Saturn and Uranus. When we take a different approach, that's where we find results. And it's not always easy. It's not easy in the heat of the moment. We kind of have to do some pre-planning, think things through, kind of weigh the pros and the cons, etc., and then make choices accordingly. But that's why I like to start these readings off with a energy cleansing, just kind of set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out some of the blocks, some of the limitations that we might be coming into. It's also a really good time to set your own intention for the reading, especially if you've come in with something on your heart, something on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give those over. Be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing, wellness services. Readings are one of them, if you want me to look at what's specifically going on for you. Or if you're interested in a rebalancing of your mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're operating from that space of grounded, like within ourselves, knowing ourselves, being aware of our wants and needs, that's when we're more apt to make decisions that bring us happiness and fulfillment, all right, which we all deserve, Aries. We all deserve in this lifetime. So if you want to connect, if you're interested in my services, definitely hit me up. I would be honored to help and support in whatever way possible. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, Aries, I'm just going to give this a little extra fire. Oh, happy birthday. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even say that. Happy birthday. I hope you're having a great month. I hope you're having a great season, just like celebrating your fabulousness. I hope you feel loved and supported and just all the good vibes this month. So I apologize about that. All right, Aries, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love, Mama Love. Amen. All right, Aries. So I am sorry these are coming out a little bit later than normal. Like I said, it's been a little bit busy. Fire energy always kind of brings a lot of activity. I know where I'm located, we are in the spring season. So things start to amp up, and that can be good and bad. Like I said, we're not really getting a lot of movement in regards to like new options, new opportunities. You might have some of those, but we're still reworking like old patterns, old lessons, etc. And when I'm recording, like I mentioned before, there is this vacillation back and forth between the fire and the water. So our emotions, our feelings, how things are affecting us, what they're making us think, feel, believe, etc. And then also like with that fire attribute, how does it push us into action? What are the choices that we're choosing to make outside of some of the difficulties, and especially difficulties where it almost seems like there's no answers, is what I'm hearing. Difficulties where it's just like combating against a person, against a situation, difference of opinion. It's really hard to find, harmony within those dynamics. There is this call to make better choices. If you are pissed at where you are, then stop taking yourself there. I love that. I love this deck. It's a little intense, but I actually thought it was very appropriate for Aries season because it just tells you like it is, right? And sometimes we need that. And especially with how the energy is moving right now, sometimes we just need that, smack upside the head. Hopefully not, realistically, more of the proverbial smack in an ideal world, but just to kind of shake us up a little bit. We can get so embedded in our problems, in our emotions, in what they're doing to us and how they're making us feel, etc. And we forget to kind of take that step back and have some level of self-awareness. But as we are pushing through, what I am liking, the readings that I have done thus far, and what we're seeing even in the collective, definitely check out the weekly if you're interested. But this is leading to good stuff. But right now, it is about taking care of self. Aries season is ruled by, it's the first house, so house of self. So it's very important to invest in who we are and what we want. And this is part of that, get out of your own space, whether you're on social media, whether you have to put your phone down, whether you're too, invested in your work, you're not becoming present enough to the people, to the situations around you. It's important to get out of that tunnel vision and from that stance of more of a healthy perspective, right? Like self-love, self-care, put some time, energy into your body, into how you feel, what you're eating. I love this. Detox is on the top of the deck. So definitely give some thought to that. Ayurveda looks at the change of season as a really good time to detox, to purge, to cleanse, however you understand it. Do whatever makes sense to you. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. I think we're still in the season of Lent. It can be something like that. Giving up chocolate, giving up sweets. Maybe you go on a diet. Maybe you're just doing something that's just a little bit better for yourself, Aries. And it's gonna pay off is what I'm seeing. I feel like you're also aware of this to some capacity, right? There's this part of you that's like, you kind of know that you have to get healthier, or maybe you're not maybe it's not even about being healthier, but it's just about I need this for myself, for my own sanity. And it does look like to some capacity you are willing to, or you're making those choices, but there still is a lot that's going on around you that does look to feel or looks a little overwhelming. Dealing with a person, with a situation that's not really that easy, that it's making you, I don't know, it's kind of putting you in this space of being a little bit too egoic is what I'm hearing. And I feel like this is maybe justifiably so, within reason, within context. We don't want to put people down with our big egos, or I'm not huge into that. Everybody has their own bag. But basically what I'm kind of seeing is you're doing the work, right? You're doing a lot, and this ego is justified because you deserve the credit, but at the same time, you don't necessarily have to tell everybody else because someone's having a hard time with it. Someone's feeling a little bit emotional around it, or feeling I don't know, maybe, okay, I'm hearing you put up with a lot from this person for a long time. This is something where they're kind of dealing, we've seen this in your readings, they're dealing with their own emotional internal struggles. Things have happened that kind of I feel like pointed the finger at you, put a lot of stress, put a lot of burden on you, hence why you're coming in as the Seven of Wands. And you're finally in this stride where even though it's been kind of hard to get here, or you've kind of had to put up with someone else's BS, you're proud of yourself. And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier with the healthy ego. We need to be proud of our achievements and our successes, especially if someone else cannot validate those for us. But don't let it get to your head, because it does kind of look like this is causing a divide between you and this person's situation. I feel like they're remorseful. Well, it's what it's showing. They're definitely remorseful with this Five of Cups. They were letting their emotions get the best of them, and it does kind of look like it's put a huge wedge in between you and them. Not that you, I don't know, like on some level you're okay with it. You're not necessarily taking it personally. Yeah, you're very much in your fire energy, but you're also at this point where you're like, I'm not going to roll over and take it anymore. It's come to head where it's interesting as I'm saying this, Aries, I'm recalling some of our previous readings where it's like you have to let people deal with their own stuff, move through it by themselves. You've kind of taken the higher road, and so you don't want to you don't want to put up with it anymore. Not that you're not, but if something becomes unfair again, then you are making that choice to put the kibosh on it at ASAP. Or you're not afraid to fight about it. Where maybe you were dancing around this person's feelings, their emotions for a period of time. You're finally at this point where you're just like, nope, like I'm doing this, and this for you. So this is what I deserve in return. At the same time, there also is this looming energy. Like I said, don't let your head get too big. Make sure that you are taking into account everyone involved, that the pride, the ego is not cutting people off who are here to support you, because this is a supportive dynamic, right? We always go through ups and downs in relationships, situations, etc. And this has been one that has kind of definitely been a roller coaster for a minute. But like I said, it does look like you're on the other side of things. Yeah, Eight of Wands. Communication is getting a little bit better. And I do feel like this person's situation is finding a little bit more grounding in areas that they weren't able to before. And so it's just this remembrance that good things are coming. Good things are coming. Take care of yourself. Take care of your home. Take care of your family. Take care of your well-being, whatever that looks like to you. And right now, putting the right investments into the right places is definitely going to pay off. But like I said, we're kind of coming in from this space where either people are causing drama, causing conflict, and sometimes it almost seems like for no reason, like why'd you have to go down that road or whatever. Like I was saying in the very beginning, these are things that it's like, it's not insurpassable, but it feels that way. Like how can we get over this when it's as simple as, it's agree to disagree. And that can be like one of the hardest things, because it requires both parties being honest, being vulnerable. What I love, drop the ego. Vulnerability is hot as fuck, which is so true, right? When we can be honest, not victim mentality, but when we can just be honest about where we're at, what we're going through, what we need, it's sexy, right? The goddess within. Oh, I love that. I love that we got that card. So regardless of if you're male or female, this could be the goddess or God within, right? Really tapping into that power, embracing yourself. And that's like, again, full circle moment. That's how we started this reading. It's about investing in yourself so that you can be the best version of yourself, even if it's not exactly what someone or something was expecting. Sorry, I'm trying to find this Temperance card. That's on them. And here's the thing. It looks like they're managing to the best of their ability. It looks like they're making choices to be a little bit better too. So if you have that going for you, definitely, I feel like that's a little bit of a silver lining, Not everything is going to be in its right, perfect place in this moment. Cultivate some compassion. That's also part of that ego that needs to be lessened a little bit. We don't always understand. We don't always have empathy for what other people are going through. That's not a bad thing per se, but we can still like think how we would want to be treated if we were in a painful situation and we were looking for support or just validation from someone we loved, what we cared about. We can still give that, you know, even if we don't understand it, right? And I know that's like not fun, but a lot of like, unfortunately, your reading for this week, Aries, is like a little bit wah-wah. You got to be on the straight and narrow. Hopefully this helps, though. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I super appreciate you. I hope you found messages that resonated here. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share in a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support you bring my way to the channel. No, I'm sending it back to you.